Oh, wow.
How you doing?
Well, I feel a lot better than I look because that, my friends, is a black eye, and I look like poo. So, why did you call me out here again today? What are we doing?
We need to do something with ourselves. We're making videos. This is what happened when two friends get bored in an apartment.
Two light skins and a laptop. Hey.
All right.
So basically,
just a simple introduction. Kwanzi, go by Raheem. You are.
I'm Garrett. Also, we'll have links in the description below about our social media accounts. Garrett James _James. My Instagram email's Garrett485@gmail.com. But you can just call me Garrett or the dude with the black eye in Kwanzi's video. It's whatever you want to do. But we have an interesting topic today, and Kwanzi, aka Raheem, aka the man with the plan.
This was my plan. I said, hey, let's make a video. You know, you're off, I'm off. Let's do something. So the topic it's pretty basic, but it needs to be more of them out there. We're two guys who are nerds, and the problem that we both face.
I get beat up for being a nerd, by the way. Didn't mean to interject. As you can see, this is what happens when you collect Pokemon cards, kids.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Dragon Ball Z cards, comic books, watch Power Rangers, anime.
You name it. All the above.
And honestly, that's what the topic is. I mean, growing up, you really didn't tell people about, you collecting that stuff, watching anime. And when you did, you got ridiculed for it. But now we're in a day where everybody seems to be a comic book fan now, but nobody knows squat about it.
None. Nothing. And it's definitely its own culture for sure. But basically what we decided today is we were thinking about it. It was like, man, what got us on that path? What made us start being nerds or just basically being fans of things like superheroes, anime, trading card games? What brought us into that? So I don't know about this guy, but there's so many influences because if you don't know, like I said, we'll have our links in the bio and things like that. When you follow my social media, I've been training martial arts for, it'll be 8 years in the fall. But basically what it was is what kind of got me into all of that, like martial arts, just who I am and everything like that was anime. And who got me into anime and comic books and things like that was probably my uncle. And, at a very young age, I just thought it was super cool just to be a superhero, whether you put on a mask or tights or whatever it was you did.
Every typical 4-year-old.
You were just like, yo, I'm Spider-Man today, and we just ran with it. So
you're Spider-Man and Superman tighty-whities.
Sometimes I still feel that way, though. Not that I'm in tighty-whities, I just want to, be a superhero for a day. What? You wear tighty-whities still?
That's a different video.
All right. Well... Well, Fruit of the Loom or
Hanes?
No tag. Okay, all right. Well, that's a very graphic image. But well, what got you started with it all?
What got me started? Actually, it was your typical, Saturday morning cartoons: He-Man, Spider-Man, Superman, and like he said. Growing up, that's who you looked up to. That's who you wanted to be. You ran around the house with your mama good sheets tied around your neck, saying Superman, she smack you upside the head.
And you got a butt whipping for it. Yeah. For sure, you don't use the good sheets. Kids, don't do that.
But it started there, I remember watching Pokemon and walking into Kmart, Walmart.
Shout out to the 90s kids.
Digimon's better, but I digress. Walking inside Kmart, Walmart, and you go into the toy aisle. What kid doesn't walk down the toy aisle and you just look at the shelves and you're like, they have cards? So, you beg your parents to get you the cards, and then, it kind of starts from there. You go to school, and your peers are saying, yeah, you ever checked out Dragon Ball Z? And you're like, what's Dragon Ball Z? Like he said, that's another influence. And then, from Dragon Ball Z...
That was definitely my influence in the martial arts, was for sure Dragon Ball Z.
And then, another thing from there is, you're watching Dragon Ball Z, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay inside another 30 minutes, or, I'm going to sneak and stay up another 30 minutes after Dragon Ball Z goes off and look, you're watching another anime that you didn't know came on after Dragon Ball
The
Z.
Toonami, what was it? The Toonami After School block. It started at 5 and ended at 7. That was the highlight of your elementary school career when we were kids.
Exactly.
Like when it was there. No Instagram, no Facebook, no MySpace, none of that stuff. It's like, well, you had TVs. Yes, we did, and that was our best friend. And let me tell you right now, we wouldn't have the imagination we did today if it wasn't for the Toonami After School block, Kids WB on Saturdays, Fox Kids. You get up on Saturday mornings and what? You get up. They come on like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I think it started like 7.
7.
The weaker shows that really didn't have many views, but it kind of got everything started. Came on like around 7:30.
But that's another video we can do. Views, ratings, things like that. But we're here to kind of talk about how we became nerds and like everything like that. So like definitely the Saturday morning cartoons, things like that.
After
school. Oh God! I mean the list.
Overhearing it, and
I'm having flashbacks, man. I want a bowl of cereal now, but I'm broke and I'm in an apartment. I don't know how we afforded this laptop, but we did it. But but no, that was your highlight. The end of the week, you did like your spelling test, your math test, all that stuff. You did the recess thing, everything like that. You get up for school after school. Well, Saturday was your day. This was the day where this is what you talked about the whole week with your boys at school. It's what happened on Saturday morning cartoons.
And what's going to happen next Saturday morning.
And when you go back and watch them all on Netflix, you realize how fast you go through it all. But when you were a kid, it felt like forever. Like one season of a show would be like a 6-month period. And then next they gave us Netflix and you can watch it all in 24 hours if you have no job or life. But that's just who you are. But basically, like, what got me into it was my uncle. And it evolved from that, your general, like, DC, Marvel comics. And then, like, my generation, or like typical 90s kids, when anime blew up in America.
Yeah.
So things like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon,
Pokemon.
The more edgy stuff kind of came in later. Things like Outlaw Star for the OGs who don't know. Just naming all this stuff right now is just bringing back all the childhood memories right now. And I still watch anime very heavily to this day. And I'm 25 years old. I get punched in the face, and I watch anime. You know what? I probably should quit watching anime and learn how to protect my face more. But that's besides the point. The point is it's a lifestyle.
It's definitely a lifestyle. And, just saying what I said earlier about people talking about it, not knowing much about it. Prime example. And he knows because I went on a rant. Black Panther.
Commercial break.
Do you remember when I went on that? Like, I'm not big on, racism, whatever, but it ticked me when all the black people were like, oh yeah, this is our movie, let us see it first before you go in.
Wakanda.
And he's trying to lighten the mood, and but it's like.
But it was a great movie. But
do you know where Black Panther's from? Do you know Black Panther's real name? Did you know he married Storm from the X-Men? Did you know any of that? No. All you saw was the demographic that it catered to.
Spoiler alert! This is the movie.
And it blew up from there. And not just Black Panthers, just Avengers as well. People are like, oh, I don't like how this happened. I don't like how that happened.
Read a comic book.
Another prime example, X-Men 2. When people were upset about, between X-Men 2 and Deadpool, when everyone was upset about how they changed Colossus' voice.
Yeah.
Colossus is really Russian in the comic books. Why they did that in the X-Men movies, I don't know. Even I caught it, and everybody was like, is he really Russian?
And basically what he's trying to say, it's frustrating because it's hard to find, like, I guess other nerds who know what you're talking about and know their knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, so far as comic book goes and things like that, like Doctor Strange. Okay, granted, when I would see him in cartoons and a lot of comic books, he was very, like, belligerent and very insane. And when I got to see him on the movie screen, his movie okay. His character, okay. But I remember my uncle telling me when I was a kid, like, yo, when the Avengers comes out to theaters, and it will one day, because that was like back when I was a kid, like Spider-Man, like AKA Tobey Maguire, the original OG Spider-Man for like me at least.
That's Spider-Man.
That's another video. No, we keep saying all these other videos. We got to stop that because we're not going to get around to doing it. We're not going to.
We are. This is why we started this.
So basically, Doctor Strange is like the most underrated Avenger, and by all means, like, we'll put links down below, everything like that, linking to other videos, other people like that, info, wiki, whatever, and just letting you know, like basically, Doctor Strange is like Captain America, Iron Man, okay, typical poster superheroes. It's like Superman and Batman, typical poster superheroes. But that's a good video we should do, like top 10 Marvel DC superheroes that aren't like talked about, that aren't mainstream. And he's one of them. He's one of them. Black Panther is another one of him, but his typical rant about it all is just basically the whole race thing and how they kind of blew it up and
knew nothing about
it. And yes, it was like primarily the general idea of the movie was promoting black superheroes, and it was great. The movie was phenomenal. Actors, actresses, it was great. But the effect it kind of had on a lot of the community was, he's black, let's go see it. That's where he's upset about it. And he has every right to be. That's his opinion, of course. You know, you feel free to feel different about it. You thought it was a wonderful movie. It showed the pride of Africa, African Americans' origins. I myself, half black, side tangent, you know. But the thing is, like, that is basically what we're trying to say is, like, when people don't know, the uninformed public do not know, they kind of come in and they're like, yeah, this is how it should be, this is how it's going, and that's the way I like it. And we're just over here like,
but that's not how it
happened. Just give us a minute.
And, you know, to all the fellow nerds, geeks out there, and it kind of makes us, one, angry, and it kind of makes us look bad. You know, we spent years studying this stuff, remembering this stuff, making this, you know, this topic our lifestyle, and, you know, you have newbies, you know, whether it be white, black, man, woman, child, you know, they come in and, you know, they think they know, and they criticize you for it, you know. And it's like Black Panthers from, you know, somebody who doesn't know could come in and say, hey, Black Panthers from Africa. I could come in. He's from Africa, but he's also from Wakanda.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, they're like,
fiction.
Well, it doesn't exist.
It's fiction, but also
who needs to know all that?
We can also name other people. For example, Storm is from Africa. She's a person. She's a member of the X-Men. If you don't know, she's from Africa. She actually, her powers, how she got them, is there was a huge drought in her village, and her powers, obviously, her name is self-explanatory. Storm. She brought rain clouds in and brought water and rain to her crops in the village, and just basically reformed her whole community. That was her ability, which, spoiler alert, later on, her and T'Challa, a.k.a. Black Panther, married. But a lot of people don't know that.
And had a son.
And a lot of people don't know that. So it does get upsetting and frustrating at times, but once again, it's just the uninformed public. They don't know.
And they don't want to know.
Like me, with the frustration with me is, like I said before earlier in the video, it's like I love martial arts, right? It's what I do, right? I teach little kids. I train adults. I need to get this covered up. But
you train that there karate,
that Brazilian ground karate. No, and the whole thing is, it's frustrating. Just like filming a video, how people just think they can just up and do it. Being a teacher, people just can up and do it. No, it takes time to know your craft and perfecting it and gaining your knowledge. And basically, what a lot of comic bookers are saying is just like, hey, you know. The real critics, you know, the comic book guys and girls, they're like, hey, that was a great movie, but they missed out this. Yep. They shaved that out. They didn't do that. They didn't do this. Mm-hmm. And then everybody else is kind of like, well, you're just saying that just because. No, that's literally what happened. Just pick up a comic and look. Just pick up a comic and look. That's all you got to do. For instance, like once again, I'll bring it up again. Dragon Ball. my favorite anime still is. Reason being for like influenced my life like to the fullest. The show came back after like almost 20 years, like 15, 16 years. I rounded off. I'm not good at math. But it came back, right? So here's another example. They're taking another year off from the anime because people were criticizing the animation. It wasn't up to par, and people were criticizing the producers, the people who created it. Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, were giving him crap for it. And it was just like, man, dude, why you gotta ruin it for the rest of us, man? You're making us look bad. Like, don't.
Yeah.
I'm 25. I've been watching it since I was 6 years old. I've been waiting for this moment, and we finally get like a full year of Dragon Ball, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of like,
I don't like that.
He said his eye was crooked in that scene over there, so we're just going to take all this away and just redo it. No, don't take it away. Just give me more. And then the thing with like Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC Cinematic Universe, all this stuff, we're kind of going off on a side tangent here because this is how passionate we are about being nerds. But this is just like what we know. This is what we do. We are nerds and we are proud of it. So it's just like for somebody to just come in and be like, that's childish, that's kiddie stuff, that's just a movie, it's fictional. Fine, to you.
For the people who said that, did you take your child to go see Deadpool? Shots fired to the people who did and walked out like 10 minutes into the movie.
Another example. Yes, Deadpool. That brings us to another topic. It's not a child movie. It's rated R for a reason, people. You didn't take your kids to go see Boys in the Hood, did you?
Then people were like, that anime stuff you watch is kiddie too. Yeah, let me babysit your child. We're going to watch Attack on Titan all day.
Attack on Titan? Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul.
Let's watch giants eat people.
Let's watch people who eat people.
Oh, but they're for kids though, so
they're
it's
for
fine.
Kids. No, it's all right. You give a little flash of yellow mouse with electricity, and it's cute. I do like Pokemon too, but I'm just saying.
Even Digimon wasn't cute.
Digimon was ahead of its time. Digimon was
like
Digimon was dark. Digimon was dark. And like for the people who watch this video, it's kind of like, well, these guys are just ranting. Well, you know what?
Yeah, we're ranting about
ranting.
What got us into it, what's keeping us there, and what ticks us off. I mean, yeah, we watching it and we enjoy it, but there are things that make us mad. And
you know what really grinds my gears? You're supposed to say what?
Oh, what?
Well, you ruined it with that long pause.
Gotta set up done.
You gotta set up the punchline?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot the punchline. Continue on.
Well, this video is getting too long. For a first video, I know anyone's not going to see it for 20 minutes. So we are going to end it here. But before we go, we are just going to end it with, anime, nerds, comic books, all that is a lifestyle. We grew up with it. It stuck with us. And we're still learning things. We're watching things saying, that's not right or that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I love it. I will continue to watch it. Hopefully, if I get married to have kids, they adapt it. If not, that's cool too. But you're going to do something with yourself besides,
And and also too, like if you've like thought about watching anime and you've thought about picking up a comic book or things like that, there's an anime for every like topic, every book you would like to read or every TV show. There's drama, there's suspense, there's love interest, there's murder, there's obviously a protagonist and an antagonist. Sure, it's animation, but you name it. There's sports, there's criminal, like Law and Order type animes as well, like Good Cop, Bad Cop, and there's fantasy,
mafia based,
you name it. One of the top animes right now, besides things like Dragon Ball and another popular anime we like, One Piece, which is about pirates. It's very humorous, it's fun, it's a good show, it's a good storyline, tugs on the feels. But another big anime that's not necessarily a fictional topic, It gets, don't get me wrong, it is a cartoon. It gets kind of far fetched a little bit, but a big anime is I can't remember the name for it right now, and I'm a horrible person because I'm sitting here telling you that I'm an anime fan. I forget the name of this anime.
If you think about it,
it's a basketball. It's a basketball anime, and it's very, very popular.
I know exactly what he's talking about. If you made it this far, I will put it in the description box. Is it over here still, or is it down there?
Well, I just forget. Well, down below, up top. Circle X squared.
We thank you guys for, watching us, hearing us. If any of this relates to you, we will put our social media down below.
Looking for my phone, I'm not being weird.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we really appreciate you guys.
Found it!
Peace.